Hello and welcome to Northeast Karbi Life, the mirror of the society. I'm Bina Teronpi, and today I have with me Mr. Borish Engjai from Tumpreng, West Karbi Anglong, who has made a history from being the first person who has elected as the executive member in the Assam Scretariat Service Association in the general election, that is the 75th general election, ladies and gentlemen. So heartiest congratulations to Mr. Borish Engjai. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much.
So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, it is a very big moment for the Karbi community, and I'm also very much happy, glad to announce that Mr. Borish Engjai has not only been the first person from the Karbi community, but also from the tribal people. He has been the first ever person who have got this opportunity to win the general election. So now let us begin this interview. But before that, I would like to ask him to please give us a small introduction.
Hello and Kardom. My name is Borish Engjai. Currently, I am posted in Assam Scretariat as Assistant Section Officer in Pension and Public Grievances Department, and I have been called because recently there was an election, the 75th general election of the Assam Scretariat Services Association, and in that election I was declared one of the winner in the position of executive member. I was born and brought up in Tumpreng and in the village called Mugasong in Tumpreng, which is in West Karbi Anglong district. And I did my studies, early studies, schoolings in Tumpreng. Then I moved to Guwahati and then to Dibrugarh. Did some work, private work in Kolkata as well. Then I came back to Guwahati, and then in 2018 I cleared the Assam Scretariat Service examination, and today I'm serving in the position of Assistant Section Officer.
All right, that's wonderful. So as you have said that it is an election, right? General election, ladies and gentlemen. So when we talk about an election, I believe that there will be like a lot of things which will be going, like election campaign, and also there will be several candidates who will be, against you, who will be standing against you. So can you please tell us like how many candidates were there?
For the position of 7 posts of executive member, total candidate of 19 were contesting in the election. And if you talk about the number of voters in Assam Scretariat, because this service the voters will be from the rank of junior administrative assistant up to the rank of additional secretary, excluding the ACS and the IAS, because their job are transferable and ours are not. So we have voters of around 1200 odds, but in that particular election, I think the total casting of the vote was 965, and from the total of 965 votes, I got 400 and around 47 votes, and I was successful in getting the third highest number of votes from the total 19 candidates, and that's how I was declared the winner of the election.
Yes, yeah. That's wonderful. Come on, like among the 19 candidates, being the third number, it is a very huge thing. So as I've said that the voters were not like general voters, but they were all like literate people who were like high rank officer. So when you're elected in such kind of position, there will be a lot of tension going in head, because the person who is being as the voters, they have something like a kind of like a mentality where they need to choose the right person, the right candidate for the post, because the post itself is a very big thing. So like, what is the thing that you have done in order to make them feel that you're the right candidate?
I have to admit that my campaigning in social media was probably stronger than the other candidates. That is just my personal, I feel that. But apart from that, I try to cover issues not just pertaining to one age group or one rank, but I try to cover right from the initial entry-level employees, even those employees who doesn't have the voting rights in this particular election, up to the rank of up to the senior most ranks. In fact, I was in my manifesto, I tried to focus on giving a post-retirement sort of counseling for those employees who will be retiring in the next 6 months. So this attracted voters of the elderly voters, to be more precise, and I was planning to conduct, in my manifesto, I say that there will be a wealth management counseling also, because what it's been observed, what I came through from my personal experiences and all, people usually have some issues like, planning their post-retirement life. Because some people, if you continuously work in the office for 30 long years and suddenly you are superannuated, then you feel lonely, depressed sometimes, and there used to be an issue of wealth management also. Where do you invest those money? So I was trying to bring all these things into my election propaganda. Besides, there were other agendas also which will benefit the greater interests of the Secretariat people, not just the Secretariat people, but also to the every employees section of the state of Assam. So all this propaganda, I think, has helped me to attract more voters towards me, and I will try my best to fulfill all the promises which I made pre-poll, and I'm hopeful, and I expect that everything will be in the right track. Yeah.
All right. So as we are all aware of the fact that when we talk about election, we need to have a lot of strategies, and you have also shared like what are like the propagandas, your manifestos as well, right? But then when we work on this kind of field, there are times when we feel tired and give up to give up, or maybe there are times when we feel motivated, but on trying to go on the track, there are a lot of struggles that we face, right? So can you please share, like, when you're working in this field, especially during the campaign, what are the struggles that you have faced, and how does this struggle have helped you in order to overcome it and to make it a success?
See, standing for this particular election, being a person belonging to the hills community was itself a challenge, because this was the first time. It was prior to me, there is no record that like somebody else of our community or from the hill district has won an election as such. So this itself was a challenge, but then I was backed by a few of my well-wishers and few of my friends who gave me the motivation that when it comes to election, there is nothing like caste or what community you belong, but it's all about the message that you want to deliver to the people. And my messages were quite loud and clear, and I was addressing the people as such that like every voices, irrespective of what you are, what tribe do you belong, what community you belong, every voices will be heard, was my propaganda. So the challenges, yes, these are the challenges. It was I've been, and a lot of the other candidates who were standing for the election with me were senior to me also. So me being standing in that election for the first time, it was definitely a challenge. But then thanks to the Almighty that I have the support of so many people, and then I managed to win the election. Yeah.
Exactly. So as you have said that, the one thing that have really touched my heart, and I also believe that the people who will be watching this video will also feel very much, relatable, because that you have said that every voices matter a lot.
Yes.
Because, ever since in India, during the independence and pre-independence period, there has been a lot of like caste system in India. As a result, not only that, but also women, women have been struggling a lot in their rights to get, whether in the field of economics, politics, or social, women have always been struggling and still struggling. So coming out of the topic, as you have said that you have like your more the election, your main focus is on the like elderly pension and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So apart from that, during your term, like what would you like to do in order to not only for those people, but also coming out of the box and thinking about the women also, and at the same time the people who are from like a kind of like deprived from the section. So what do you think, like what should you do from your ring, and what do you expect the leaders to have the power to do for them?
I will try to bring your attention back to my propaganda, because I just mentioned about the one propaganda in my entire manifesto. So I have agendas for women also. So that thing, regarding the, obviously, women's safety is very important. And then recently, this is not the first time, I mean, but it has been happening continuously, and with the global warming and the climate change and all, Guwahati has been facing a lot of issues like, you know, flash floods and all and God forbids, but there might be sometime a major natural calamities that people in Guwahati might face. But what I'm trying to tell you is that in the last flash flood which happened in Guwahati, a lot of women were stuck in the office itself, and they were not been able to go back safely to their home because of the log jam which was in there in the highway, as well as because of all the water logging areas. They couldn't even walk, and it was already late with heavy rainfall. And also what I tried to straight after winning the election, I tried to put this point in front of the president and in front of the government, that there should be a dedicated safety officer for women employee who will be responsible for you know, volunteering the female women staff during such time. Because when such natural calamities happen, you don't know what to do, you don't know which number to dial. You cannot call the DC directly, you cannot call the police administration directly, so you should be having a dedicated number. So what I was trying to focus, what I was trying to suggest to the government was to designate a safety officer from Assam State Disaster Management, so that at least the women's staff can directly contact that particular number, and then help will be provided by that person, and he should be the person responsible for making sure that the female employee reach home safely. So that was my point for the women thing, and how it's gonna benefit into the larger section of the communities. If I start this thing in Scretariat, then this could be started in other district also. Every district should in fact have one such safety officer who will be responsible for, you know, because not just natural calamities, women, sometimes women staff employee has to stay late at home, and then in some quite outskirt part of the town, maybe you can say, in such a situation, the women need someone where they can be, they will feel safe and is reliable. So this is how my plan, that if I start from here, then this could be replicated and it could be spread to the other district of the state. That's how I was thinking about the women. So I'm trying my best to put this to the right authority, so that this could be addressed.
All right.
Yeah.
So apart from this, like, what are your plans? Like, do you have more plans that you want to discuss and, you know, share to the people?
All these are my propaganda for the election. But what I am trying to tell the people is that you know, you should in fact tell the younger section of the community is that politics. It could be either in your, you know, in the college politics, student politics, or it could be in the politics in your employment section or employee community. You should, I think I should be, what I want to tell them is to encourage them and ask more participation from the younger section of the community, because they are the future. And I think people, but recently what I have observed is that the younger generation are trying to move away from this politics, thinking that this is you know, politics is not going in the right track or something. But I can understand that there could be some mistakes with the, you know, how the things has been going on, but it's our responsibility also to correct it. So what I'm trying to tell to the larger audience and the younger section of the community who is watching me live today is that I expect more participation from them, and also to my community, also to my Karbi community. I want more leaders to come in the state level. At least, because in district we have seen there are lots of organizations and all, they are doing a good job in their own terms, but I want more leaders in the state level, and this is what I expect from everyone who is watching me live today.
Wonderful. You know, like, as you're talking about the younger generation, so when we talk about the young generation, most of the time the younger generation are not able to know to choose the right path, because most of the time it is like kind of like a mindset in the people that is to choose the career path is doctor, engineer, or UPSC or APS. That is what they think. So when we talk about like an executive member in the Secretariat office, this is something which is really like beyond their thinking. It's like they don't even know like what is, like, at some point, to be very really honest, like they have a kind of like a question mark, like what is the exact post, like what do he need to do, or like how will he help the people, you know, they have such kind of thinking, sir. So can you please highlight it more about your post to the people so that they will be like crystal clear about how is it?
Yes, when you talk about doctor engineer thing, even by qualification, even I'm an engineer myself, but then yes, I choose this thing, I choose this profession. And what I want to highlight and what I want to tell the people is that, especially for the people from Karbi Anglong or the Mahasau, particularly in a hill district, what I want to tell them, I want to give a message is that we need more representation in Assam Secretariat. This is a very true thing, because Karbi Anglong is the largest district in the state, but then we have handful, we don't even have like, you know, we hardly have our representation here. We have, I think, out of the number of voters which I mentioned previously, out of 900 the votes which were casted, only 6 were Karbis belonging to Karbi Anglong. So it's a high time that the people in Karbi Anglong also you know, think about, you know, joining this service, because it's obviously it's an elite service, and I want more of the people to come and join Assam Secretariat, because obviously our long-standing demands are there for the autonomous state and all, but until those demands are being fulfilled, you should not forget the fact that Dispur is the capital of Assam and we are under Assam till now. So we need more representation in the state level, in the state capital. So what I would like to tell is that, yes, we should, you know, people from Karbi Anglong should try to, you know, clear this examination and increase the number of representation in the Secretariat. And regarding about the examination, which this is a service, some secretariat, they conduct their own examination, and then this is how. But as soon as the notification will be issued, I think I'm pretty sure that there will be more openings coming up soon. So as soon as the notification will be there, then you guys will be knowing it, and I think you should try this time maybe, and you should try to, you know, clear this thing and increase the representation so that our demands, our voice will be louder.
Yes, exactly. So it is a fact that, you know, like people voice are heard most of the time, but sometimes, but most of the time it is heard when you have the power, you know, when you have the power to make a change, when you have the power to make a difference in the world. That is how, you know, the people, you know, you have the impact in the society. So now you have the platform, right? You have the platform where you can make a difference, a change, right? The society, you know, I believe that, you know, when people talk about making a difference in the world, we cannot really make a huge difference,
exactly.
But the difference can be made by contributing step by step. So you have mentioned a lot about like what we need to do in order to, you know, to bring women's safety, maybe in like a small space, like steps that we can take, and also you have also tell the people to, you know, to get into this post, and at the same time about the pension and stuff like that. But apart from them, you know, apart from that, like what do you think that the youths of today can do more in order to, you know, to contribute more in the society? Apart from like, there are a lot of people who are still unemployed. And apart from that, the students who are still studying, they also have a lot of interest in politics. Some students, say for example, some political science students, or the students who have not even taken that stream, they have a lot of, you know, interest. But there is a big question mark, like how to contribute. Because when they try to come out, they have been like, you know, they have stopped, like, you're still a student, you're not supposed to do that. Your main priority should be studying, not to come out and to speak. But it is our right to exercise it. But just because they're not able to know, they don't know the law, and they don't know like how to exercise it, that's the reason why they have been deprived from their, you know, their opportunities. So like, how would you like to motivate them?
My first message to the youth will be, you know, try to spread more positive thing in social media, because this youth, today's youth and social media is not like, you know, you can't separate them. They will go together until and unless we have free internet. But the thing is that what I have been observing is that people are the youths in particular. They are more of spreading some messages in social media which are not at all constructive. It's full with a negativity thing which has been spread in social media more. So what I would like to tell to the youth is that you should try to focus more on the good things that which we have, because I'm pretty sure that we have in Karbi Anglong itself, so we have lots of things that needs appreciation. We have a beautiful landscape, we have a beautiful places to visit, we are rich in a culture and all. They should focus more on such things, so that positive message could be delivered to the audience, in the larger audience, so that once you spread the positive, once you know how to appreciate what you have, then I don't think no one can stop you from growing. But if you only try to focus on the negativity which is going on in our community, then people will be more inclined towards that negativity which is happening, and then their thought process won't be constructive, but when it will be more of a negative mindset which will happen more. So what I would like to tell them is try to appreciate the things which we have, and if we do it right, then I think we can excel it more. And you've spoken about the unemployment thing and all, what they need to do. Obviously, yes, they can do a lot of things, but what we are currently facing the issue is that there is nobody to guide the people into the right direction. Actually, this world is full of opportunity, but you should know where to search, where to look for. So what I will like to tell to the youth is that besides, obviously, you should try for jobs and all, because that will bring certain sort of stability in your life. But that is not government job, or job is not everything. You could be an entrepreneur, you could start your own business, and for this, the government, the central government as well as the state government, they have a lot of schemes which will help you grow, which will help you in starting your own business and all, with a very huge subsidized loan that it's offering. So I would like to tell the youth that also look for all these things. Try to focus on what we are good at. For example, I would just mention one, that we have our soil is considered to be very fertile in Karbi Anglong, so we can do a lot of things, like food processing thing and all. Then we can go for this horticulture and all. For all this thing, I think there are lots of schemes which are being offered by the central government as well as state government. So I think you should try to grab these opportunities, and then bring name and fame, not just for you, but the entire community itself.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So during this one-year election, I believe that you have your main intention is about being positive, right?
Yes.
So earlier when we talked, you have told us that during election, being positive is something which is very tough, I believe, and I believe that others also do the same. So how did you maintain being positive? Can you please share us?
Maybe this is my nature, maybe I would say, because I didn't plan like this, that I will be only spreading the positive message among the voters and among the society or the association. But maybe this is my nature, that I try to focus on positivity, and then not to do hate politics. And I think I've been successful at doing that. And I would like to tell the people that you can win election without doing hate campaigns or hate politics, and you can just with spreading the positive messages and giving the positive vibes to the people. I think you can do a lot of things, which I have. Maybe I'm considering myself lucky that using those skills that I won this election. Yeah.
All right. So as you've said that you're also an engineer, right?
Yes.
So how come, like, you being an engineer and now you're here as an executive member? Can you please tell us the story behind
the journey is quite long, but yes, I am by qualification, I am BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering, which I completed it from the Dibrugarh University, and in the year 2015. And after this thing, after my completion of my graduation, I went to Kolkata. Then actually I was, I was looking forward for higher studies in business or maybe in my core subject. But then I joined there. I was preparing for other exams, and then, but meanwhile I also joined some private companies, and I was working there for some time. And then I thought that because I was the only son. I mean, I'm the only son from my family. So I thought I should come somewhere near to my house. Then there was an opportunity back in Shillong in those days, back in 2017, or no, I think 16, that somebody, I mean, from two brothers from Manipur, they started their own business, and they are recruiting for people who are already in this field with some sort of experience. So I got this information, got this advertisement, and then I applied, and then I got the job in Shillong. So I was working in Shillong as well. But then after Shillong also, I thought that maybe I should come more closer to my home. So I came back to Guwahati, and then I started preparing for something permanent thing, something government job, which will bring stability in my place of stay at least. So one fine day, this advertisement came about this job where I'm working right now. So, and I applied for this thing, and luckily I cleared this. And now I am completely shifted from my technical background to the business thing, to the complete administration now. So this has been a journey for me, and I'm liking it so far. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, in order for a person to be, independent, there's a lot of things that you need to learn. Say, for suppose, even you have changed your career, like from engineer to business, and now in the field of administration. So I believe that there are also a lot of youths who are still confused, like what career to choose. So what would like to tell them? Like, what are the habits that they need to adapt in order to to have a focus, to have determination, to have perseverance? So what should they do?
The first thing is that they should not hurry. Maybe there would be some pressure from back home that you have completed this thing. In fact, for myself, when I completed my engineering and started doing job in Assam Secretariat, and people used to ask, "You are doing engineer? Why are you shifting so drastically from from technical background to now administration?" So I'm telling everybody who is watching me here, you should not rush, and then you should also listen to yourself sometime. Maybe you will eventually, with the time, you will figure out what you're good at, and feel free and do whatever your heart says. No, nothing like that. That I won't say people that if you are doing engineering, then you should stick with this thing, because I have seen in some cases, some people, some friends of mine, they were, because of such pressure that they are having. So being an engineer, a graduate, you should find engineering job. So this has been causing a lot of problem to them, because they were looking for this job, and engineering job are not that easy, not so it won't come so frequently. You have to wait for another year, you have to appear for exams, and also this has caused sort of trauma, depression to a lot of friends, which I know. What I'm telling is that we should it's not necessary that if you are from technical background, you should stick to your technical background. This is my suggestion, and I think this will be helpful for everyone who is watching me. If you listen to this, and I think this will be helpful for you in the longer run, and I think this will make you a happier person.
Okay, so this will be my last question.
Yes.
So do you have any specific message that you want to give to all together to the people who are watching, no matter they are youth or who is married or having the kids or anyone? Can you please give us a message?
The message for all will be, in this generation where we are stuck to our social media thing, with our phone in our hand, scrolling and reels after another, and with all the junk food available just at one tip of your hand, where you get online food delivered at your home. I think you should concentrate more on your health as well, because it's very important that you should also stay healthy, so that you will have a healthy mind also. So I wish everybody to be fit and strong and live a longer life happily.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Borish, for coming in our channel, for being here with me and having such a great conversation. And I would also like to thank all the viewers for watching since the beginning till the end. We are so much thankful for your presence, and thank you. Thank you so much for watching.